Hello everyone and welcome to this lesson on musical cadences. So the first thing to decide is what a cadence is. Well, a cadence is a series of chords which make up the end of a phrase, a musical line or the end of a piece. And we've got four cadences that we use at GCSE Music. We use a perfect cadence, a plagal cadence, an imperfect cadence and an interrupted cadence. Now I've got them on the board here. You can see a perfect cadence, interrupted, plagal and imperfect. And I'm going to read these statements to you now. So a perfect cadence sounds as though the music has come to an end. A perfect cadence is formed by using chords 5 to 1. So we have a chord 5 at the end and a chord 1. The end. Now a chord 1 and a chord 5, obviously you've seen the lesson on degrees of the scale, so you will know what they are straight away. Let's say we're in the key of C. A chord 5 would be a G chord, and then a chord 1 would be a C chord. And there we have it. It sounds like it's finished. If I play the whole phrase for you now, the whole phrase sounds like this. That is a perfect cadence because the piece of music sounds like it finishes. The next one we're going to go to is an interrupted cadence. Now an interrupted cadence says it's a surprise cadence. You think you're going to hear a perfect cadence, but you get a minor chord at the end instead. Now that minor chord, most commonly, we will find is chord 6. And you'll notice I've used lowercase Roman numerals. So we've got a chord 5, like we would have here, chord 5, but then it goes to a chord 6. Now let's listen to what that cadence now sounds like, the interrupted cadence. Here we go. So that's an interrupted cadence. It doesn't sound finished. It makes you go, ooh, what happened there? It's a bit surprising as it says there in the definition. Let's listen to the perfect cadence now, and then the interrupted one. Here's the perfect cadence. Here's the interrupted cadence. And the perfect cadence once more. So you can hear the difference between those two really easily. The next one that you will be able to hear the difference quite easily with as well is the imperfect cadence. So the imperfect cadence sounds just like the piece isn't finished. They sound as though they want to carry on to complete the music properly. An imperfect cadence ends on chord 5. So here we go. We actually are going to go from chord C, so chord 1 to chord 5, so 1 to 5, C to G. So let's have a listen to how the imperfect cadence now sounds. Now it is a bit surprising, but it's not surprising where it goes minor and makes you think, oh, what's going to happen next? This one just genuinely feels like it's not finished. Let's now listen to that in the context of the perfect cadence, the interrupted cadence, and the then imperfect cadence. So I'm going to play the imperfect cadence first. That's the one we've just done, the one that sounds unfinished. Here we go. Let's listen now to the perfect cadence. That sounds really nice, rounded off, finished. Let's listen to the interrupted cadence once more. The interrupted one, the surprise one. And then the imperfect, the one that sounds unfinished. Not the surprising one, but the unfinished one. Now, the last cadence is called the plagal cadence. Now, this is also known as the Amen cadence. Plagal cadences do sound finished. Plagal cadences are often used at the end of hymns and sung to the words Amen, that kind of idea. A plagal cadence is formed by the chords 4 to 1. So in this example we had 5 to 1. In this example we've got 4 to 1. So chord 4 goes there and chord 1. Let's now have a listen to what this plagal cadence sounds like. Sounds quite similar to the perfect cadence because it finishes off, but the difference is this chord and this chord here. I'm now going to play these two together. This one first, then this one, and then this one, so that you can hear them side by side. The perfect cadence first, then the plagal, then the perfect again. Here we go, perfect first. Plagal. Perfect. So that can be quite tricky, quite difficult to work out the difference between these two. You've really got to listen. You've got to listen out for that chord 4, this one, rather than chord 5. These two are pretty simple to work out. You can hear these ones, the surprise, the interrupted. Imagine you can get the name interrupted because when you are surprised, you are interrupted from what you're doing. The imperfect, because if it's not finished, well, it's not perfect, is it? It's imperfect. If it does sound finished, it's either perfect or plagal. If it sounds a bit churchy, a bit hymn-like, amen-like, then it's plagal. If it just sounds like it's come to a perfect finish, then it will be perfect. I'm going to play all of these cadences once more for you to listen to them. Perfect first. The plagal cadence next. The interrupted cadence. And the imperfect cadence. But obviously I can't leave this video unfinished, so let's do the perfect cadence to finish off. I hope you found this video on cadences very useful, and there is a really good link to the BBC Bite Size website as well, where there are some more musical examples. Good luck!